If you've been using Tinkercad and made your way to Fusion 360, congratulations. Fusion 360 is incredibly powerful. It'll give you design freedom you didn't even know you needed. If Tinkercad was your first experience with 3D CAD, you may be a little overwhelmed when you take that first step. But I'm here to make that transition easy. During this course, we'll cover the basics and then make our way to more advanced topics. But let's get started by just pointing out some of the differences between Tinkercad and Fusion. Both Tinkercad and Fusion 360 keep your data in the cloud, and they allow you to collaborate with other users. Fusion 360 provides extra power for management of who you invite to collaborate on your designs, and it gives you more control over versioning those designs. So what does versioning mean? Fusion 360 saves a new version of the file every time you save, so you never have to worry about losing your work or overwriting a file that you were working on with a friend. You're free to make as many changes as you want and always be able to go back to any saved version at any point in time. On top of that, Fusion has even more tools for working together with your files and exploring designs, but we'll get into that a little bit later. 2. You can create basic shapes just like Tinkercad, but so much more. Fusion 360 is a sketch-based CAD program that also lets you create what are called primitives, which are the same things that you create in Tinkercad, but with a little bit of a twist. The difference is that you don't have to group them together to add or remove geometry. Fusion 360 uses what are called features. A feature is a tool that allows you to add, subtract, or modify geometry in some way. For example, if you want to make a box with a rounded edge, in Tinkercad you create that box basic shape and adjust the roundness slider. But in Fusion 360, you can make the shape in a number of different ways. For example, you can start by sketching a rectangle in 2D, similar to what you would do on paper. You can then extrude it into 3D and use the fillet feature to round the corners. I know what you're thinking. This sounds like more work, but the benefit is that when you start creating complex geometry, you need that extra level of control. This is where sketch-based modeling comes in handy. Fusion also saves the step-by-step history of each feature and sketch that you make. I don't want to get too deep into topics here, but really quickly, Fusion 360 also gives you something that's called freeform modeling. This divides up bodies into a bunch of points and lines and lets you push and pull these bodies to make very complicated and organic geometry. Just think of all the complex shapes that you can make in just a few minutes. 3. Because Tinkercad was initially designed with 3D printing in mind, it does have some limitations. In Fusion 360, the end goal can be a 3D print or some other manufacturing method, like machining, injection molding, or really any way that you can bring a part into reality. Fusion 360 allows you to create basic parts, but you can also put together complex assemblies with motion, make photorealistic renders, animate them, make detailed 2D engineering drawings, simulate them to make sure they're strong enough, and even program a computer-controlled machine to cut them. There are, of course, utilities or useful programs to send it right to a 3D printer, as well as just saving a file as an STL or an OBJ like you would do in Tinkercad. 4. The last thing that you really need to know getting into Fusion 360 from Tinkercad is how both products use what are called workspaces. In Tinkercad, you use workspaces to prepare the model for different downstream workflows. One example of this is the Minecraft workspace, where you take a model that you created in the main editor, it gets converted into blocks and prepared for export into Minecraft. However, all of this modeling is still done back in the main workspace, where you have access to the group and adjusting tools and the content on the panel. Well, in Fusion 360, you have toolbars to access your tools across the top. This allows you to create or remove geometry. Each toolbar belongs to what's called a workspace. There's one for modeling, which creates solid geometry, just like in Tinkercad. There's also one for patch, which creates surfaces. It's just a skin on a solid. Then there are workspaces for making images, animating things, checking the strength of a design, and so on. We'll go over how to navigate everything, but this is a big shift in how you access your tools, probably the biggest thing you'll need to overcome. Fusion 360 has so much to offer. Once you learn the basics of how to get around and what the tools do, you'll be creating your own ideas in 3D in no time.